Hi, Tom Gardner from the Motley Fool with Morgan Housel, longtime contributor to the Motley Fool, and we're asking the question, why do some people hate Tesla so much? Why do they hate Tesla so much? I mean, it's been a 15-bagger since coming public as a stock. It's got a number of products, Tesla automobiles, that buyers love. They love their cars. It's got a very innovative, disruptive leader at the helm. It's a dramatic, game-changing business, but some people really hate Tesla. What's one or two reasons why, Morgan? Then I'll give one or two reasons.
I think there's one big reason, and I think it's almost hypocritical, which is that a lot of the traits that have made Elon Musk and Tesla so successful are the flip side traits of the things that people hate when he does. I mean, this is a guy who took on General Motors and Ford when he was in his 30s and wants to colonize Mars and proposed dropping nuclear bombs on Mars to regulate its climate. This is not the kind of guy who's going to show up to a corporate board meeting and speak in perfectly clipped Harvard Business School paragraphs. This is a guy who the reason people love him is because he swings for the fences and he thinks the rules don't apply to him and he's willing to do things that no one else will. That's why people love him.
Can you give an
example? There's a flip side of that, which is that, of course, he's also going to do things that you don't love. Mm-hmm. It's hypocritical to say, I want someone to do all the crazy things that I love, but not any of the bad crazy things. I think those things come in the same package, and there's a long history of that with Steve Jobs, Bill Gates are the similar thing. Like, what made them great also had these downsides that people didn't like, but you can't have one without the other.
I think that Elon Musk and Tesla they've gone up against multiple industries that add up to trillions of dollars of market capitalization: oil and gas, utilities, automobiles, energy. I mean, they're disrupting multiple industries at once. And those industries, they know how to buy PR agencies to put articles out and challenge a single business. And of course, there are shorts too. And shorts, I've shorted stocks. I'm not an opponent of shorting, but in general, those who short stocks, particularly professionally with funds, generally have a shorter term perspective. And so if they can get news out there to move a stock down, and we can question whether that's legal, whether that's manipulation or not, but there's a reason to try and shake a stock and make it volatile in the short term, and that benefits shorts, no question. I think that when you get somebody who's as disruptive as Elon Musk, you've talked about his personality, I'll just add his vision and how it plays out in front of us. When the iPad was released, people were shocked. What is this? Why would I ever use this? It's ridiculous. Apple's over promoting this. This is absurd. Even the iPhone, when it came out and didn't have buttons to type on that you had on the BlackBerry,
$1,000,
and it was or hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It was like, this is absurd. Jobs has lost it. People said Buffett had lost it when the tech stocks were going insane in the late 1990s. And so I think when Cybertruck lands, it reinforces a lot of the concerns that people have about whether this company is stable. And so on day one, what was your reaction when you saw the Cybertruck for the first time?
I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people did.
What is your thought about it now?
I know it's grown on a lot of people. It hasn't grown on me yet. But I've heard so many people say, at first I hated it, and after a week I kind of like it. It's still not for me.
I don't think that I'm the target market for it, living in Alexandria, Virginia. Our producer, Rick Engdahl, did just say, hey, maybe the next Motley Fool mobile, which is something that we always have at the Motley Fool, should be a Cybertruck. I think the thing that could persuade you are the specs. The specifications on the car. I mean, on the Cybertruck. It's an unbelievable creation. It causes me to forget the acronym F-150 right away. And it's center stage now in a very profitable area of the automobile industry. I think it'll do more than $5 billion in sales of the Cybertruck. But it looks so bizarre. It's so shocking, and people love that the glass broke, and you're the narcissistic hero of the world, and look, you look silly. I know that Jack Dorsey, at one point, the CEO and creator of Twitter and Square, has said, it's very important if you want to be an innovator that you're willing to look silly in public. You have to be willing to look like an idiot in public, or you're never really going to disrupt. And I think all of those things swirl around Tesla and Elon Musk. But there are definitely some people who just really hate Tesla. They can't not laugh at the Cybertruck, not question the business overall, not wonder if Elon Musk should be CEO of the business, et cetera. And some of those reasons are justified, but I'd say that all in all, this is a company whose stock has gone up 15 times since coming public. It's been an incredible investment. What would you do with Tesla as an investment in the Morgan Housel portfolio? Would you think about investing in it? And if you did, how would you invest in it? What size position?
I'm more of a passive investor. I probably do own it through some fund in there, but I would just look at it as a very risky and potentially rewarding play. Like to get back to what I was saying, the parts that people love are also the parts that people hate. That's just a risk reward thing. I think if you're looking at any individual stock like that and it's more than 2 or 3% of your portfolio, and you're starting out and you're questioning the long-term validity of it, then I think it should be a fairly small percentage.
I think it's a good idea, as Tom Engel says in our community at the Motley Fool. If it's a more speculative, risky position, feels that way, you feel some uncertainty about it, that having it as a 3% position, and if it goes on and rises 5 times in value and becomes a $250 billion to $300 billion market cap at Tesla, which would be incredible, but I think it's possible given their autonomous, their AI, the technological lead that they have. I think it's possible. I think there are some questions about the SolarCity acquisition, and that's another side of skepticism about Tesla that comes from the financial community about some of the acquisition of SolarCity. And hey, everybody wants to know you don't want to break the rules on financial statements and accounting at all, and that's an important thing. And I think Tesla, hey, it's every Tesla recommendation I made is up. Many of them are beating the market soundly. I believe in it for the long term, but I also understand why people wouldn't invest in it, and I don't think it should be a larger than a 3% position out of the gate for people. So
I think if you're a very conservative investor, you should not bet on or against a crazy genius. And I think Musk is a crazy genius.
Well said. Thank you, Morgan.
Thanks.